Well, hello everyone. This is very much a spontaneous nature folklore. On It's 2 o'clock on Irish time, and it's 8th of May, 2022. And I don't have an intro video done for you. In fact, I don't even know where the camera is at the moment. So excuse me as I move things around because stuff wasn't working when I first came on board. I don't think there's anybody live. So this is more for recording purposes, and I'm sure people will be watching later. Oh, someone has come on board, which is lovely. Thanks very much. So all I've been able to manage to do is throw on some photographs, and I hope I'll be able to put them in some sort of sequence. I didn't have the time to do this. But it's transition time. We're pretty much in the way of moving from here at Carrowcrory Cottage and Labyrinth Gardens, which we've been sharing with you for nearly 14 years now. I hope this is coming over okay because as I'm watching the screen, there's an awful latency. So let me know how things are with the reception your end. Is the audio and video okay? Because I was having trouble with both just before coming on the air. Anyway, the transition you got in the back there, and I did put it in the logo. Let's see if I can find the proper picture of that to give you some idea. And in fact, some of the pictures haven't come up. Oh dear. Okay, I'm just sorry. Here we go again. Yeah, a bunch of pictures didn't come up, so I'm going to try and bring up every now and again. I'll bring up a picture to share with you. So there we go. Should be getting rid of me. There we go. As I say, spontaneous. That's it. That's Lios Dananáin. And Lios Dananáin, it's actually a townland that's it's in County Leitrim. It's not far from Lochring Castle. And that's what, excuse me, that's where we're going. That's where I'm going. And excuse me, I did have a lot of photos and they just haven't come up. So I'm going to, excuse me while I feel around and get them soon for you. In fact, I'll do a bit of that right now to try and feed. I'm not quite sure what is and what isn't. Right, I'm going to, excuse me for a false start here because there was tech issues and I should have known better than try and do a broadcast planned in half an hour. Yeah, it's not working. Oh, damn it. Sorry. I haven't got many photos up for you. That's what the problem is. And I'm trying to get a feed of photos for you so I can explain this thing, transition. So bear with me for a couple of minutes while I get the show in order. Okay. Now, I'm not quite sure where I am. Right, 240. Let's try again. I'm trying to get some more photos up because there was an issue. Right, that should do things, and I should be able to explain more about what I am, where we're going. And anyway, there's a few people are saying hello here, and even that's not coming up too well. Here we go. We can do that. They're coming up now. Peter from Australia, how you doing there? And Terry Slack Hardwick, morning, Mother's Day in USA. Great. And Joe X Alexander from Carrowcrory, Shannon, good to see you looking so well. Coming over fine. Thank you for some people joining. As I say, a lot of this is for the benefit of recording. Shelley Gooch has found. She's in here. Nice to see you. Right, I think I'll continue explaining a bit if I can. As I say, I had no sort out of pictures. Most of them didn't come up. In fact, some of them are still refusing to come up. And so I don't know why. We should have a very good internet service at the moment. If I can get these pictures to come up, I can tell you the story of what's going on. Anyway, I'll start with the cottage there, if I can get the picture up. As I say, that is Lios. Right. Yeah, Lios Dananáin, and it's near Lochring Castle, and it's in the townland of Lios Lios Dananáin, and it's an old gate lodge. It was the original gate lodge, and if I can get the picture up now, I can show you the sign of it. I wish I've got these right. Here's the sign that's on the side of it. As you see, it was actually built in 1830, restored and extended in 2004 by a remarkable man, Brian Cowan. Brian Gorman, I mean, sorry, not Cowan. How could I say that? A wonderful man, great vision with his life. We seem to have quite a lot of common. He's done a fantastic job. Wonderful, skilled craftsman, builder, stoneworker. Is very much carpentry is his thing. And I think there's a picture of him here. That's him with Claire there. That's the front of it. As you say, the left part, that's the original gatehouse for Lochrin, and the right is an extension, but actually that's only part of it. It's a very quirky shaped building. That bit's the original. That's nearly all kitchen. There's a kitchen diner where it's stuck out there. That's actually a table diner. And if anybody's been to Carrowcrory, you'll know that we got the long table that we have groups in, and that's pretty much the same as what's there. It's a great long table, fabulous cozy space, and it's great when the sun comes in it. And then the right-hand side, there's living room, bedrooms, and there's actually an upstairs there, 2 bedrooms upstairs. And in the living room is so big that there's actually an alcove in it, and that's what I'm going to be converting for the studio for the use of doing the Nature Folklore eventually. I think I'll be doing 1 or 2 more Nature Folklores here at Carrowcrory whilst there's a transition, that's what it's called, into moving in, unboxing and putting stuff as possible. Now this, where I am, it's near the source of the river Rhyn, and the Rhyn itself, when translated, seems to come from the Norse, and it's a word describing flow. And so in this case, certainly the flow of water. And it's called, as I say, Lios, which is a fairy mound, is one of the translations of Lios Dananáin. So it's like a fairy mound of the Dananáin, one of many, I should think, which means it's very much a fairy hill. I haven't been to it yet, but within a couple of weeks of moving in, I will be. I had to look on old maps, and I was hoping that the old map pictures would come up for you here so I could explain this better, but unfortunately they're among the pictures that didn't come up. So give me another couple of minutes. I'd love to show you this because it's great to actually show you this as well. Let's see if I can get some map pictures up for you. And I was really looking forward to adding this, so it's a shame they haven't come up yet. I didn't get any chance to prepare stuff like I do. You can make an amazing amount of preparation for a show. It's not very easy just to walk on and do a show and have everything lined up. So let's get on with finding if I can access the map photos. I'll just right. I got to do another bit of messing about here. Sorry about messing you here. It doesn't help when the computer is actually freezing on me as well. But I'll get there and get this up. It's worth showing you this anyway. Give me a few moments and I'll locate the map photos, which should have come up, but they didn't. So I've got to try again and get these map photos up. So have a cup of tea or whatever you're doing there. Where are they? We'll have them in a moment. Right. I'm a bit hoarse this morning. Right. It's not. They'll come up in a minute. I should have gone for another computer to do this and carried on talking to too late now. And right. So where are the map photos? Right. Please come up, please. They've got to be here. Oh. Right, I'm going to go over to another computer and I'll carry on talking to you. And I hope from the other computer while I'm talking to you, I can actually find them and feed them in, because this is quite an important part. So say, what I was going to show you the photos of was how I discovered the outlook. What I was going to do was actually show you how I found out the origins of this and the name of it. And I found this through ancient mapping because, obviously with the name of Lios Dananáin, I thought, well, why is it called Lios Dananáin? Where's the fairy mound? So I looked on the maps and there was only one fort. And it's interesting, as I read up about the fort, oh, right, I've got the maps now. Let's see if I can get them up. Right, I'm going to do the fort. This is going to look a little ugly, but I'm going to try it anyway and get them up for you. It's not working too well. Let's try again. Oh, the sluggishness of internet. You're probably all very aware of that. And let's hope they all go into the right place. As I say, I've tracked them down. I've got to get them onto these photographs onto the show, which takes a few buttons and a few niggling things, because obviously the first time I attempted, they never came up. So I'm sorry if this is boring. I'm trying to sort of fill in here. I should have came on an hour later, I suppose. Anyway, I think they're on the way now. And anyway, carry on talking. And right close to that, where this mound is, I haven't walked over to it, but I got some street views. And it's also next to the source of the Rhin, the River Rhin. And the source, I haven't got a picture of the loch there, but I think that's fascinating. And it goes all the way down through some beautiful bogland, which I haven't got photos of. And right at the end of it, just as it hits the Shannon, Claire has a boat there. She has a boat at the end of the Rhin. So it's amazing how things have tied together there. So I'm going to have something else has done what's there. I'm back again. I kind of disappeared off of the camera there for a minute there. Why? That's what it told me anyway. So I got to try and get the next step here. Coordinations. There we go. Right. I think I'm ready to actually bring these extra photos on, which might explain it. Right. Let's see if I'm lucky this time. Getting those map photos up. There we go. I think I see something. Yes. Right. Let's have a go here. I'll try these. I got 3 of them. There was half a dozen of them. I'll try the 3. Now, the first thing, as I say, I went into this old map, and there you go. It was this one, I think, that got my curiosity. See, it says fort there. And I thought, well, that's it. I wonder if that is the actual Dananáin fairy mound. So I looked on another not so old map, and there you go. You get that ring there. It's a funny sort of ring. It's not even a proper ring. And there's a bunch of little trees below it, and there's about 3 trees on the top there. That's I forget when that map is, 80 years old, I think. And I thought it was an odd shape. And I found by other documents, which I don't have photos of, that the fields around it, you see there's 3 fields. The farmers there actually cut into the mound. It was twice that size. And they actually dug some of it away, just like the M3 cutting through Rathloo, the motorway there down in Meath. So that's why it's got the odd shape. So half of it was cut off, which is very unfortunate. But that was done about 100 years ago, apparently. That wasn't done by modern farmers. Decided all that topsoil is useful for something, and they can get a bit more grazing or something like that. So here's a recent aerial view, and there you can see a sort of funny sort of shape, ringy thing there. And that's, you see the road to north of that. That's where I probably have better access. And below the picture here, there is where I'm going to be living. So it's 2 fields to the south where I am, but there is that road to the north. And I'm going to drag up a couple of pictures because it actually shows you what it looks like from that road. This is actually taken from Street View, if the photos actually came up. Yeah, they've come up. They're going to be a misshape of size. Now, they're being very stubborn. They won't come up. There we go. We'll try again. Now, it's not. It's going to have a weird fitting on the screen. So let's try it. Here we go. So that's it. I couldn't get it shaped. There's what it looks like. I'll show you again. Imagine that, the ring there, and the trees in the middle. And I think that's probably hawthorn and sycamore that's there. Sycamore going up high. I'll check out when I walk up there. And there's another photo that's there. So that could well be the actual fairy mound of the Dananáin, the Lios Dananáin, and that's it. And I'm going to be living a little south of that. So let's show you some more pictures of the cottage. The nice thing is, when I'm there, I'm going to be able to do some broadcasts for you outside on this lovely table. There is electric, and if it happens to be rain, there's a roof. So that's going to be lovely to be outside again. For those of you who remember when I did the Nature Folklore in the live willow cairn, which is I can do the background music, not background music, the actual background picture of what it was like from the center. There's see, that's where I was actually performing from, sitting on that circle of chairs there, which is where I used to perform some of these nature folklores if the weather was nice. But anyway, in future it's going to be from there, and otherwise on the other side, inside the other side of the studio is this lovely cozy bit with a chair with the log there. So there's a couple of you having some words about my mumblings. Sherry, North Coastal Maine, happy Mother's Day. Cynthia, wonderful to see you too. And Davina, good morning from Virginia. And Sharon Nickel here. Good morning, Joanne. Nice surprise. It's a nice surprise for me too. As I say, it was trying to put this together in half an hour, which is ridiculous with all the things got to be connected and all the troubles that I try and iron out before I get on the air with you. But I think we're on a go situation now. As I say, explain some of the folklore around here and what it looks like. That's the front. There's the garden gate. There's a lovely big garden. I might have some pictures. Yes, I do. There's fruit. Most of it's fruit now. So there's a lot of soft fruits there, black currants and gooseberries, raspberries. Somewhere in there, there's strawberries. There's also some apple trees and pear trees. And I think I've got a blossom picture. What have I got? There you go. There's some of the fruit trees in blossom that's in there. And there's the scarecrow taking a rest that's in there. And of course, as I say, we've got a cat. There's a wild cat, a feral cat that comes along. And it's one of those cats that sort of comes up and snuggles to you and sort of goes around your leg, purr, purr, purr. But do you dare touch it, especially if it rolls on your back? You're going to lose an arm. It's a very deceitful cat. So it's just a typical feral cat. But Brian, the owner of the property, he built this for the cat. Isn't that very nice? There's the cat's nighttime house and the cat's feeder. As I say, it is a feral cat. He doesn't want the cat inside. Very conscientious man. It is wooden floors, not the stone slabs that we have here at Carrowcrory. And he's worried about pets scratching up the floor, and particularly with cats scratching up the curtains, because there are lovely curtains in the property. And there's a bit of a close-up of the cat by the water bowl about to leave out. It looks like a kitten there, but that's a very strange photo, not quite. So I think what I would do for the rest of my chat is just go through the photos I haven't shown you and tell you what they're in, because I've never got them in particular order. So there you go. That's also of the garden. And this one here, that's Loch Rinn itself. That's the actual loch. And I think that's looking towards Loch Rinn house itself. So there's beautiful woodland walks around there, immediately on the doorstep. And there's a lovely peninsula that goes out, and that's Carrowcrory. I don't know how that slipped in there. That's the front of the cottage there. Oh, this is fascinating. This on that long table where I said we'll be doing broadcasts. Actually, all of the wine glasses and so forth are not out there. But Brian has this arrangement, and he's got some. He's still sorting out the place and putting stuff on the table, but he's got this sculpture, and he says he works with this every morning, especially that top stone. And the idea, he takes it apart and then he puts it back together again. And for him, it's his morning meditation about balance, that he has to be slow, attentive, and be fully focused for all those stones to just be built up and not fall over. So he loves to get his senses into that balance to start his day. So that's his morning meditation stones for balance. So, and as I say, there's the sign there, 1830 were originally built, and then Brian restored it and extended it in 2004. And that is in the garden, the fruit garden. Scarecrow having a day off. What have we got? We've got Claire, and there's Brian on the right. They're chatting over various details as well. And of course, the move has been quite a thing. This is from Carrowcrory, the first load, a lovely truck there. And that's Casper that's at the van, and he's one of the new owners. And he's an interesting person. He's a social, I think he best described, social farmer, horticulturalist. And that's where people are brought in to become part of the team, part of the land, part of connection, as very much part of a mental therapy to help prevent becoming lonely, depressed, and just shutting yourself in the building and away from everybody. So it's a beautiful thing that he does. He's not going to actually be doing that to Carrowcrory, because to him, that's a place where he can come home to and kind of escape from that sort of thing and recharge for a few hours himself. Anyway, he's very helpful. He has, he brought one of his team and the van, and that's us starting to load the first bags to go off. And a few, oh, there's one, my sort of walking stick. That one was actually made by Michael Quirk. It has a black stone from Kilrona there, hard black stone. And sometimes I tell stories about that, the magic black stone. And someone made a joke about this one. I think it was Gary Brannigan, about the custard, tins of custard at the back there. That's not mine. That's definitely the team's. I don't go. That's one of the things I don't go for. Anyway, not mine. I don't claim it. And that's still loading up at the back here. And then as soon as we arrive, that's the outside of the gatehouse there. And another garden, way to get into the garden, right next to the Scarecrow. And it was a B&B for a while, Gatehouse B&B. That's what it was. Very small, but Brian used to keep going with a bit of B&B as well as his carpentry work that he does elsewhere. And this one, I think, is inside. That's the long table I told you about, which is wonderful in the kitchen. And so that's going to be helpful. That'll probably be the unpacking table and stuff that arrives. Then the lads, they got there, and that's kind of about to move in, the first load. Going to have another load, the final load, on Wednesday. And there's Casper taking a few minutes. He's borrowed Brian's guitar because Brian loves to sing. He goes to sessions. He enjoys that. So Casper thought he would have a go as well. And that's in the kitchen. Quite modern, but easy to get around. Very practical. Now, this is another one with the local folklore. That's a ridge that's above the gatehouse. And that's actually called Drum Sala. And the Drum Sala, drum being a ridge. And it's supposed to be a ridge of willows, being the Sala. So that's the ridge there. It sort of came in the fisheye. Taking the photograph, it came out fisheye for some reason. But apparently now, because it's very much a light soil being a ridge is, I'm trying to think of the botanical name. What do they call that? It's not kesk. I'll think of it in a minute. But anyway, because of the way the soil is and the way that the woodland has developed, there's oaks growing there now, and they're not visible here, but they're on the ridge there. And I'll probably think of the name. I'm just going a bit brain dead with it at the moment of what type of landscape that is. But that's the old name for that, Drumsalla. And up on there, there's a mysterious kind of statue thing. You can just see it to the bottom there. I haven't got a close-up, not very easy to climb up to it, but apparently, according to Brian, there's two angels hugging each other, and that's overlooking the property with what looks like a rowan behind, but I'll soon find out when that comes out. As I say, cat again, and that's the cat's home that feeds from. I've got the maps I've shown you. Do you know, I think I've actually shown you pretty much what's there. So I'll tell you what's going to be happening. Jackie Quealy, let's see, she's on here. You need to change the logo on name. I haven't had time to do that. Wait till we move. I'm not going to fuss with stuff like that right now. Too stressful to get onto the technicalities of this broadcast yet. I'll probably hold the name on for a couple of weeks anyway, just for the hell of it. So let's see. I want to get rid of that picture for now. The cat's home. And right, yeah, the logo on the name. What's wrong? I'm trying to think what's actually wrong with the. Tell me what logo you're looking at. I haven't changed anything, Jackie. I'm trying to think what you're saying on that. But anyway, glad you're with us. Thank you, Jackie. That's brilliant. Oh, and even Charlene, who's wandering around in Sligo at the moment. It looks like a wonderful place for you, that she's saying there. Who else? The logo on name. You've got me wondering what... oh, are you talking about the back here? I'm still here, so it was a reference anyway. Have I got anything else? If you want, I can change that a bit earlier. I gave the original one, so let's give you the background to be up to date. There you go. That's it. That's the before and after picture, if that's what you're referring to, Jackie, anyway. Andrea, let's see. Looks beautiful, John. Sending love, best wishes for home from Florida. Thank you very much. Falconer's glove to pet pretty feral kitty. I've thought of that one, but thanks for the reminder. I hope the falconer's glove is strong enough as well. And then, so from YouTube, we have Little Wing Greens from Manchester. Happy Mother's Day for those across the water over in the USA. And I should have said that at the beginning. So happy Mother's Day to all over there. And so I appreciate anyone from the USA that's actually joined in as part of their Mother's Day, because I know it's extremely important and well celebrated there. And Sherry Murphy from Northern Coastal. Right, so the situation is now, let's see here. Interesting how it's all worked out. It was, isn't it? This seems to have happened through my life that I'm about to leave somewhere, and half the time I don't know where I'm going. What's unique this time is that every other place that I've moved into, I've had multiple dreams, multiple nights of dreams of where I was going to go to. And this is the first time that hasn't happened, because I must admit, this is the longest I've been in one place at Carrowcrory. That's nearly 14 years. I haven't been anywhere for 14 years in one spot. I'm trying to think. Even on the Isle of Mull, it was 3 different homes and 4 different homes, Isle of Mull. And then in Florida, there was 4 or 5 different homes there. Even though I did own a particular home for 12 years, I wasn't living in it the whole time. So this was a long time in the one place. So I thought this was going to be forever, but with the situation, disability, and not being able to look after the place, this is going to be a whole new lifestyle. But with the influx of people coming in and available accommodation going out very quickly, very, very hard. And it's really sad, even after getting this. I read of Irish families that just can't get a home at the moment, and they don't know what to do. So I do have a huge appreciation for this coming to play, and it's very much in the story that's been telling. So there's a little bit of guilt with this, but at the same time, I didn't want to be homeless. So there's sort of mixed feelings. And it's going to be a whole different lifestyle, because I'm not going to get into the gardening side of things this year, I don't think. Easy access to the lovely farmers market produce at Carrowcrory. So certainly going to have good food, and they certainly have the raw milk. I use the raw milk and the fish stand. So there's going to be no problem with the food side of things. But as lifestyle being outside, it's not going to be working in the garden. It's going to be enjoying the multitude of woodland and lakeside walks around that I will discipline myself to take part in, because otherwise I'm going to be stuffed inside. I'm going to try and catch up on videos, make the short videos for subscribers that I've been sluggish with, and there's music recording stuff to do as well. But it will be great to be outside, and Brian has said if you want to start working a bit of the land, then I can transition into that. More manageable, I can look after this place with the abilities I've got. As far as broadcasting, I'm not sure what the internet is like. It's sort of on the verge. It's not as good signal as what I've got here. I'll try it. I'm concerned about the upload. I really need at least an 8 megabyte upload for the broadcast, and to make it possibly ideal. Here I get 12 to 15, whereas there it's 7. It's just below. If I have a problem, I'll rent out the Hive in Carrowcrory, which is just up the road, and they have 100 megabyte upload, so no problems there. But we'll see how that goes. Love seeing the maps. Thank you, Terry. It gives a bit of an explanation about why this is Lios Dananáin as well. And is that not your old cottage? No, this one's not the old cottage. This one's the new one I'm moving into, Jackie. Do I have one available? I wouldn't have one of the old cottage. The old cottage has got a thatched roof on it. The one moving from. Yeah, I see if I can. Can I get a current Carrowcrory Cottage up as a comparison? I wonder if I have such a thing here. Right. Is there such a thing? Right. I don't know. I'm not sure I can pick up a picture of it at the moment. Do I have one? I should have. And it's. I'm looking to see if I have the collection here. No. Let's see if I can drag something up. No, I don't have an easy access. That's strange. I don't have any. I've got the labyrinth gardens, which I'm showing, but the actual cottage itself. And of course, you've been here, Jackie. You know about the thatched roof and what it looks like. The thatched roof is still there. No, sorry, I don't have an immediate photo of here to show you a comparison. I would have to really feel around. Okay. Yeah, that's right. If you go to actual Nature Folklore, the page, you'll actually see the thatched cottage at the top of that page. So that's that would be an answer to that one. What else can I tell you about going? As I say, we're given the mythology of what it is. Beautiful woodland walks. I wish I had the photos of a lovely peninsula walk that goes into the middle of the loch. Unfortunately, you can't go all the way. Well, I can't go all the way to the end at the moment because the bridge is broken down. And I had that up on Facebook, the photos of that. But right on the end of that, there's a crannog, and you actually climb up onto the crannog. and a lovely viewpoint to the rest of the Loch Rin. As I say, Rin is meaning, from Norse, it's thought meaning flow. Right, I think that's about as much as I can tell you of that. It'll be a proper broadcast next week. I haven't got the pictures up for it, but it's going to be fairy stories of May, and it's going to be a lot of the hawthorn related stories, and hopefully some hawthorn will be out. I'm just looking outside from the studio here, and the hawthorn is just about to break out here. The buds have gone from green to white today, so it looks like that we will have the hawthorn out for next Sunday, which is great timing. And of course, you can't bring the hawthorn in, not by tradition, because you're kind of bringing the fairies in, and one of the things is they'll take your butter, and butter was very important. I don't know if you saw the Ditch Witch film this week, the YouTube. It's a very short, very funny film, and I posted it on my profile. And she goes into, well, I just know it as bossing, bullying, as she call it, where the women take the cows up to the top of the hill, which I did mention last week as being a tradition of it. And the thing was, by going to the top of the hill, one of the pursuits they did, as well as being free from going to mass and being in the church, is from the cows they made the butter. And I think I'll be talking about this next week anyway. Well, this is brief on that. And as they made the butter from the milk, from that would be the survival through the winter. But the point is, if you're too near a hawthorn, or if the hawthorn is too close to your house down below, the fairies come in and they raid your butter supply. Anyway, I'm going to talk more about that next week as a thing. Favicon. Okay. Jackie says I got a favicon to change. I wonder which one that is. Okay, I'll have a look at favicons. Right, okay, brilliant. All right. Is there anything else I can tell you about that? Yeah, as I say, please join next week. Back to the normal sort of broadcasting with more videos. Guests, I can't remember who the guests are, but there are some guests. I know there's a few poem guests. I'm thinking of the 2 weeks after, when we do the water folklore, and it's going to be women and water in 2 weeks' time, and then 3 Sundays' time is the carrying of the holy works, and we'll have Sarah Humble on both of those with other guests talking of work. But it's going to be fun next week. So I think I'll close it there. Fun next week. Looking forward to you joining me for the fairy stories of May when the hawthorn's out. So thanks very much. I haven't got any closing. I've got a closing video, but I haven't got a closing sign. So thanks very much for joining. I don't think there's any other comments you've got to say. If you have, I'll answer them very shortly. Thanks. I hope you enjoyed that wee mumbled, fumbled tour of the transition from Carrowcrory to Lios Dananáin. So thank you very much. Let's get back to my closing lines. Thank you. We'll see you again next week. Bye, and have a good Mother's Day, wonderful, healthy, enchanting week, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you.